Hello, it's Burgess Taylor. I have One Book July starts Friday and Camp NaNoWriMo starts Friday. I thought I'd go ahead and cover Hot and Sticky update, the week 4 update, talk about it, talk about what's going on with my writing and how that's going and any advice that I have other than not to spill coffee all over you, which I've already done today. My word count, gotta look in the journal, as of yesterday when I stopped, was 14,424. I wrote 1,373 words yesterday. I did. I was a very busy writer yesterday. Yesterday I was striving to write 1,000 words. I made it over the goal. I didn't quite get to 1,500, but I did really well, I think. The writing is going pretty well. I did a writer no-no, though. I did not like how chapter 1 started. I liked it for like the next scene, but I didn't like it for the first scene. So I rewrote the opening, and I got to go back later and kind of figure out how to change a few things to kind of have scene 1 and scene 2 transition. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I lightened my hair. It still has the purple in it. After a couple of washings, it will look a little bit better, but the white streak was coming up. The hair, I can't wash my hair every day because it is so very curly and it is kind of dry. I have what I tend to think of as hybrid hair. Very kinky. It's coarse, not super coarse, but pretty coarse. When I straighten it, it feels like somebody else's hair. It's soft, it's smooth, unless it rains, and I have a tremendous amount of hair. My hair is technically cut in long layers, but I still have a tremendous amount of it, as you can see. And it is longer in the back. I have been letting it all grow out. But anyway, I lightened it some. The summer's here. My hair with the dark lavender plum color, it was a very pretty color. And as I washed it, it lightened. But because it takes so long for me to wash it out, because I don't wash my hair every day, I wash my hair about every 3 days. If I go somewhere or I go outside and I like cut the grass or I get really sweaty or stuff like that, then I'd wash my hair more. That's the main reason I wash my hair, is because it gets dirty. It's not because it gets oily or anything. It takes longer for the dye to lighten in my hair, and my hair holds dye really well. It takes dye really well. But because both my grandmothers were redheads, no matter what color you use in my hair, unless you use black, and then it's kind of iffy depending on what shade of black, my hair is going to have red undertones. My natural hair color is a mixture of dark brown, medium brown, a dark blonde, and a red, and white, the gray. Different strands of the hair take the color differently, and my hair never looks very uniform, at least not up close. Sometimes on camera it does. But when I'm out in the sun, you can really tell. So if I were out in the sun right now, you'd see that there is, and you can kind of tell right here, there's a lot of purple in it, but there's a lighter brown and a little bit of dirty blonde. The white streak, I think I'm going to start doing the white streak a very pale purple. I'm not sure. At least until I can get it grown out all of the way, because the pale purple is a washable color. It washes out. I don't know, but I need to do something because I like doing something with my hair. I like the fun of colors, but I don't want to dye my whole head, and I don't want to bleach my hair. So I took the color out of the top of it with the oops. I think it's not called oops. That's the one I don't like. This is where you prep. It's a prep for you to color your hair. It takes the old dye out. It just rinses the old dye out. So that's what I did with the top of my head. I left the underneath. As you can see, it's still kind of that dark plummy color. Anyway, but it's lighter for the summer, which is great because I've been going outside a little bit every day, doing things like yard work, trimming the roses. This shirt always does this. It's the weirdest thing. Trimming my roses and cutting the grass, and I've got to move my pool because Mr. Rockstar's got it on an incline and it's all like wonky. So I'm going to move it. If it doesn't start raining again and the sun stays out for a little bit, I may actually do that today. Right now it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, and it's still great and cloudy out. The sun's trying to peek out. But anyway, hot and sticky writing challenge. I need to go back to writing. I've written a little bit today, not a whole lot. I have been art journaling, I have been cleaning, I did do my hair, I have been trying to sort out some of the art supplies to go in my one bag for One Book July. I am debating on putting any washi tape in there. I don't, see, this is the thing. One Book July is really for planning. So you can get all your planning into one book. Get back to the basics of planning. I don't think the art supplies and stuff like that have any really thing to do with planning. Because for the planning part of my journal, for like what I consider to be my bullet journal stuff or my actual planning stuff, I don't really need any art supplies. I need a pen and the paper. I don't have to have art supplies for that. If I were to do strictly a bullet journal and not have it remotely arty, I would be a minimalist, black and white, just a pen and the paper. But I like color too much and I like art too much, and I don't like separating everything. I end up with things like this, where if you can see, I have the bullet things right here in my list, and then there'll be places elsewhere where I think of something else and I'll add something, I'll add a little box. So this is how my plan goes. And it's a kind of a cross between Hobonichi style journaling, bullet journal style journaling, and Planner Perfect. Before tomorrow, I will take my pages, I'll date them, I'll do another little shark because it's Shark Week, y'all. Then I'll set it up. And the things that I know without a shadow of a doubt, my top 3 priorities, I will go ahead and draw them somewhere on the page. And that will be what I'll do. I've started doing the laptop, and I will write my words, the number of words that I get. That's a top priority. I have to write. Another top priority from yesterday was I need to sweep and mop. And then the dishes, which I added in, but this was one of my priorities. The laptop up there, and then the book over here I read. I finished Stephen King's Revival, and I also finished a novella called Sisters Grimoire by Susie Cates, and that was actually pretty good. Now I want to read the other ones, and I can't buy any books right now. I hate when that happens. So what I've been trying to do is draw the 3 big things that I have to do, or to me, a priority. Sometimes it'll be 4. Writing is a priority. I need to do that every day, at least the 488 words, but I've rounded it off to 500. I need to clean something. I have a 15-minute clean that I do every day, something or another. And I also do laundry about every other day. So usually I pick one big thing, and that's my 15-minute, I call it my 15-minute clean. Sometimes it takes a little longer, sometimes it takes a little less. Yesterday was to mop and sweep and to vacuum. And then today's thing is to clean the bathrooms. So that's why I have this. The toilet's way bigger than me, if you can see it. There's me with my bucket and my scrub brush, and the toilet's like angry. He's like, no, get away. That's my big thing today to clean. Now, I also have on my to-do list with the laundry to fold and put away. I probably will end up doing that this evening while I'm watching TV. I'll probably end up folding the clothes. They'll go in the basket, and then in the morning I will put them away. But that task, although is important, cleaning the bathrooms to me is way bigger deal than folding the clothes. I don't mind doing the laundry, but the folding and the putting away, usually about every other day though, it gets on my nerves because I do laundry about every day, so I end up folding and putting it up. But that's neither here nor there. So another thing was to, like I said, it was to read. So today I have a book on there, and I'm going to spend at least 30 minutes to an hour reading something. Since I finished Revival and I finished the other one, I have a novel that I got on Kindle a little while ago by another YouTuber and blogger. Her name is Sam, and I'm going to try reading her book. It's sort of a sci-fi fantasy kind of book, or as my son calls it, a sci-fi. I'm really excited about One Book July, trying to get everything together. The hot and sticky writing challenge is going really well. My biggest thing, my best piece of advice is probably not to allow yourself to second guess yourself. No self-doubt. if you feel the self-doubt, just remember that it's just a first draft. Like with me and writing that first chapter, I didn't delete. I just changed the order of things. I added something in. I didn't take away anything. And then if I have a question about a paragraph that I'm not sure, it's kind of iffy about whether it goes in there or not, I have a little folder tucked away that says not sure about, and that's where I put that paragraph. I'll put it in there, and then I can go back later when I'm in the editing process and look at the stuff that I wasn't really sure about, and if it fits somewhere, and I'll have a little note. Had it in the first chapter midway through, had it in the first chapter at the very beginning, had it in the 7th chapter in the middle, you know, something like that. It goes near the scene where blah blah blah, and that way when I'm editing I can kind of go through that stuff. But for now, I'm not deleting anything. So I'm excited though. I'm almost right at like the 15,000 mark, and I could be a lot further, but I'm taking my time with this, and I realized with Camp NaNoWriMo coming that I may get the urge to plow through some of my writing so I can get a better word count, a more consistent word count. On an average, I write about, if I were to average it out, I probably write about 750 to 900 words a day, which is not bad. Not bad, because I don't write as much on the weekends as I do during the week. I have a lot more time during the week to write. My best piece of advice is if self-doubt hits you, turn it around. Think of something positive. Maybe have a sticky note with a positive affirmation. I have one on my desk that says, being happy doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It means that we've decided to look past the imperfections. And that has to do with life, has to do with writing, all of the above. I'm trying to make up for some of the stuff that didn't happen last week and the week before with videos, trying to kind of catch up on things. I am still reading Finding Water. I'm still doing the artist date, still doing my morning pages. I'm still taking my walks, but I haven't really been doing the exercises. There's too much going on, and I like reading. I'm going to go back through and do a lot of the exercises. Friday, I'm going to take my artist date and I'm going to film. I think I'm going to go grab a cup of Starbucks and then go somewhere where I know there's a picnic table and stretch out my journal, because it's going to be the first day of One Book July. So I'll have my traveler's notebook with my journal in it. I'm going to do some art pages, some watercoloring, and a little bit of journaling. So I'm going to have what I call my creative me time, the artist date. And I'll show you the bag that I take, what's in my bag, what I add in my bag when I go on an artist date, or like an arty date, my travel kit, if you will. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.